Man of God, listen closely. If you're a Christian husband struggling in your marriage, feeling like your wife has grown distant, feeling like your wife has grown quiet or emotionally shut down, then this message is specifically for you. Maybe communication feels tense. Maybe the intimacy has faded. Maybe the marriage feels more like roommates than partners. And if you're honest, you probably thought this: if she would change, things would get better. But when it comes to a Christian marriage, the breakthrough, it doesn't start with fixing your wife. It starts with God transforming you. You see, here's the truth. Most men never hear this. You can't build a strong, loving, God centered marriage by trying to control or correct your wife. Trust me, I have tried that before and had little to no success. Many men believe the problem is with her. God just needs to change her attitude, change her motivation, change her intimacy level, change her dreams, her desires, and her wants so that they match mine. The Bible never tells us husbands to fix our wives. It never tells us to point out her flaws or wait for her to change. Instead, scripture gives a completely different command. Scripture says, husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Let me say that again. Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. Love, according to the Bible, is this, and we've probably heard this before. Love is patient. Love is also kind. Let me say that again. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not self-seeking. Love is not easily angered. Love keeps no record of wrongs. Love rejoices in truth. Love always protects. Let me say it again. Love always protects. Love perseveres. Once again, husbands, love your wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. That is biblical marriage leadership, not dominance, not silence, not frustration, but sacrificial love. Let me be transparent. There have been a couple short seasons in my own Christian marriage where things felt disconnected. There were fewer meaningful conversations. It was just small talk around the table or talk about work or what's in the news. There was also more tension than tenderness. Let me say it again. There was more tension than tenderness, especially in regards to whether we should have a baby or not. There was more distance than closeness because we couldn't seem to get back on one accord. And there was certainly a bit more stress than intimacy. It was like we were just roommates rather than married. This whole time, I was upset and mad. And I kept thinking this: if she were more affectionate, if she communicated better, if she respected me more and agreed with me more, this marriage would be great. I remember God revealing this to me. This is your wife, the helpmate that I gave you. She hasn't changed, you have. You are letting your anger and worldly problems and situations get in the way. Turn your marriage back over to me and put me first and watch what I can do. That really hit me hard. I realized I had become passive. I had been distracted. I was emotionally unavailable. I was more focused on my responsibility, my business, and ministry, so much more than our relationship. And then God showed me this: be the godly man and husband I called you to be. Let me say that again. Be the godly man and husband that I called you to be. So hear me out when I say this, Christian man. Your wife isn't waiting for you to preach to her. I have tried that many times before and completely failed. Your wife is waiting for you to love her, for you to pursue her, and for you to lead her with consistency. She's not looking for perfection. She's looking for stability. She's not waiting for pressure. She's waiting for peace. She's not craving control. She's waiting and craving connection. This is the foundation of a strong Christian marriage. The Bible equips husbands with three powerful instructions. In James 1 and 19, it says, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger." Listen, for many of us husbands, this is very difficult. This is something that we must practice. If you're anything like me, you want to have an answer for everything and you get upset if things don't go your way. Remember this: be quick to listen and slow to speak and to anger. Proverbs 15 and 1 says this: "A gentle answer turns away wrath." Often, it's not just about your words, but also the tone in which you say them. A gentle answer will show your wife that you care and you love her. As we look at Galatians 5 and 16, it says, "Walk by the Spirit and you will not gratify the flesh." When you walk by the Spirit, you are being led by God. You are doing things with the spirit of love. You are more concerned with the other person than you are with yourself and your needs. The more time you spend with God, the easier this is to do. Remember, these verses aren't aimed at fixing your wife. They're aimed at transforming you. So, before you try to fix communication, before you try to fix intimacy, before you try to restore connection, ask this. Go to God and ask God this: "Lord, change me first." Let me say that again. "Lord, change me first." Because when a man grows spiritually, when a man grows emotionally, and when a man grows relationally, when he becomes patient, when he becomes consistent, prayerful, and intentional, something begins to shift in that marriage. So, here are three practical steps that you can begin today to restore your marriage as a Christian husband. The first is this: pray for your wife, not about her flaws. Ask God to bless her and her endeavors. Cover her as the husband and priest of the house. Speak life over her. Stop complaining to God about her and start going to God for her. The second thing you can do is listen without defending yourself. Validation builds emotional safety faster than advice ever will. Too often, we are thinking of our response and tuning our wives out just so we can win the argument or defend ourselves. When your wife feels heard, she is going to feel safe and will be comfortable sharing more good things and not so good things. You will have a much better communication going on with her when you learn how to listen without defending. Thirdly is this: lead spiritually and consistently. As a Christian husband, I should not have to tell you about the importance of reading scripture, the importance of praying daily, the importance of inviting God into your marriage. However, we all need a little reminder here and there. Most recently, I began reading my Bible more, and now my wife and I have the most amazing conversations about what we've both read. Lead spiritually and consistently. Remember, not perfection, consistency. Man of God, your marriage is not broken beyond repair. It can be fixed. You serve a God who restores, who rebuilds, and renews. Know this: transformation doesn't begin when she changes. It begins when you become the man God called you to be. If you're ready, if you're truly ready to continue rebuilding emotional connection, strengthening intimacy, restoring trust, and grow as a kingdom husband, then stay with this marriage series for more helpful information to fix and grow your relationship. If this message spoke to you, please comment below. God start with me. Subscribe right now. Hit that subscribe button for more biblical marriage advice for Christian men. And remember, God is not finished with your marriage or with you.